Hello everyone. In this video I wanted to go over Marley's, who's the priest in Drakantos, their abilities, and just kind of go ability by ability and showcase the ability, what it does, and go through each of the orbs and see what those do as well, just so we can kind of try to see as much as we can of the game while we're all eagerly chomping at the bit to play this again. Again, this is from the closed beta test, so some of these abilities are subject to change, especially these like role-specific ones, like the healing ones and the protection or defensive ones. They have clearly stated that even in like the Discord and the interview they did, that they're looking at rearranging these so that these more specific roles, these non-DPS roles, will be able to access their utility a lot sooner. So let's get right into it. So Marley's first ability is Divine Protection. This is her defensive ability. She uses the Holy Light to cast Divine Protection on her, and it grants a shield equal to 20% of her max health until it breaks or the ability is activated again. With the first orb, the modification of that is that it also grants a 30% damage reduction while the shield's active. Very helpful for when monsters start to get stronger. And then the next orb makes it to where she can put this Divine Protection on a selected ally, and it grants that 20% shield of her max health still until it breaks or the ability is activated again. And then her next orb basically adds a damage component when the shield's broken. So when the shield gets broken, it releases a blast of Holy Light that deals 106 damage to nearby enemies, and it also knocks them back. So there's a bit of utility with that, where you can go in there and intentionally take damage and do a pushback if you needed to. And then finally, the final orb for Divine Protection adds an invulnerable state to the start of the Divine Protection there. So if, like in the example in the photo here, if the troll is about to smash the ground, you can hit your Divine Protection to cast it. I don't think this would work when it breaks, but when you cast it, and it will make it hurt invulnerable for 0.4 seconds, so you can kind of absorb that smash and still have the shield afterwards. So you would take no damage from the smash during that. The next ability is her basic attack, which is Holy Light. Marley channels the Holy Light to shoot a light bolt at her target, dealing 42 damage. And then each of the orbs basically just increase the cast speed by 10% and then 25%. Pretty straightforward, nothing really to show here. And her next ability is Chastise, where Marley uses the Holy Power of Light to perform Chastise, dealing 89 damage in a frontal area, rooting enemies for 1 second as well. So this is like a spray in front of her, deals some damage, roots the enemies for a little bit. And then the orbs basically add a charging component where if you hold it, it deals more damage, and it also increases the length of the root, and the final orb reduces the amount of time that you need to charge that as well. Marley's next ability is Holy Nova. Marley conjures a blast of Holy Light that deals damage to all enemies in an area around her, reducing the movement speed by 60 for 4 seconds. So this will slow the enemies down and also deal some AoE damage. And then with the first orb, it adds a charge component there, where if you charge the ability, she'll cast Divine Protection on nearby allies, granting them a shield equal to 20% of her max health for 15 seconds. And as you see here on the screenshot, it does say 28. That's because I've got this skill leveled up a little bit. So each time you put points into the skills, it increases the damage and the shield strength as well there. And then the final orb makes the hold blast a larger area and do a knockback. So it kind of turns it into more of a utility where it can do a pushback. Really good if there's like a swarm of mobs coming in. You can kind of control the fight a little bit more with this and kind of knock some creatures off of your teammates. The next ability is Guardian Light, where Marley conjures a Guardian Light on the selected ally, granting a shield for 100% damage reduction for 2 seconds, and explodes afterward, dealing damage to nearby enemies. The first orb adds a removal of slow effects and increases the ally's movement speed during this time as well for these 2 seconds. And then the last orb grants a shield equal to 5% of our max health for each enemy hit there, the last 4 seconds. So it kind of further extends a shield for a little bit longer there. Not quite 100% damage reduction, but does provide a little extra bit of mitigation. And then our final ability, Sariel's Light. This is her healing support ability. Marley offers a heartfelt prayer to Sariel, invoking her divine grace upon the battlefield. As Sariel's light descends, it provides continuous healing over 10 seconds, with a stronger healing at the start that gradually softens. So this is kind of placed in an area, and then that area, if you walk in it, you will be healed at greater amounts that slowly diminish over time. And this kind of completes Marley's ability kit here. Again, these are subject to change. These could very well be different when the next beta or the early access releases here, because they are looking at support and defense classes and kind of changing. Maybe, I don't know if it's the order of when we get these abilities or what the abilities do, adding healing components, taking healing components out. We have yet to see what changes they're making, but they are getting a close eye on this, and that's something that very well could change the next time we see some gameplay here. But thanks for watching, and keep an eye out for the next one.